Good evening, beta. Today we'll try to revise the modern physics and we'll try to do the gunshot models again, 20 or 25 questions. So let us try to firstly revise the dual nature of matter and atoms, then nuclear physics. See, beta, in the first part, if I'm talking about right now in this one, it is about your Planck's quantum number. Okay, this one is about your Planck's quantum theory. According to the Planck's quantum theory, light is considered to be made up of what? Small packets or particles, which we call it as what? Quantum of your energy, or we also call it as of your radiation, isn't it? So the energy of the photon is given by the formula E is equals to h nu, or nu is C by lambda. So it is hc divided by lambda. Value of hc is 12400 divided by wavelength in angstrom. Unit of energy is electron volt. And I hope everyone remembered what is 1 electron volt, beta. 1 electron volt will be equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. Sometimes they'll be giving you the values in terms of your joules. So 1 joule will be equal to how much for me, beta? 1 electron volt divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. You need to use this conversion for that one. Clear? Next one is photons. Very important formula. Momentum of one photon is given by the formula. Momentum is given by your h by your lambda. When radiation interacts with the matter, the radiation behaves as if it is made up of a particles called as what? Photons. Einstein proposed that electromagnetic radiation is quantized and exists in the elementary amounts, and we call them as of your photons. Photons are not reflected by electric and magnetic field. This is important for theoretical questions. Photons are not reflected by the electric and magnetic field, which shows that they are neutral and do not carry any charge. Yani they are right now for me what better? They are neutral and they do not carry any charge. Very important. So be a little bit careful related to this point. The energy of the photon depends on what, beta? The energy of your photon depends on frequency of radiation, but it is independent of what? Intensity of your radiation, because E is equals to h into nu. Next one is firstly photoelectric effect. Now, what is a photoelectric effect? Very famous. You might have been done this one even in the chemistry n number of times in the first year. When light of suitable frequency illuminates a metal surface, electrons are emitted. This process of ejection of the electrons using the light is known as photoelectric emission. And photoelectrons ejected from the metal have the energies from where, beta? 0 to your max. This is very important again. Photoelectrons which are ejected from the metals have the kinetic energies ranging from where? 0 to maximum kinetic energy. A certain minimum amount of energy is required for the electrons to be pulled out of the surface of the metal. This minimum energy is called as what for me? Work function. So what is the work function? The minimum energy required to pull out the electron from the metal surface is called as of your work function of the metal. And work function of is minimum for which metal, beta? This is very important. Work function is minimum for cesium and it is 1.9 electron volt. What is the formula you need to remember, beta? Energy of your Einstein's equation of photoelectric effect. Energy is equals to your work function plus maximum kinetic energy. Energy I can write hc by lambda, or it is hc by lambda naught, and maximum kinetic energy is E into Vs. Vs is known as what? Stopping potential. Done. The next one. The minimum frequency of your incident light below which the photoelectrons are not ejected from the metal surface is known as of your threshold frequency. Now that threshold frequency is given by the formula. Work function is equal to h into nu naught, and nu naught is C by your lambda naught. This lambda naught is known as what for me? Threshold wavelength. Clear? Already I have done this one. Fastly, I'm just revising the formulas. The minimum negative potential given to the metal plate with respect to the collector at which the photocurrents becomes 0 is known as what for me? Stopping potential, or also called as what? Cutoff potential. And maximum kinetic energy is equal to E into Vs, and Vs is known as what? Stopping potential. And stopping potential किस पे depend करता है बेटा? Stopping potential is independent of intensity of your light. Clear? The number of photons which have been emitted, the number of photons emitted per second is directly proportional to number of photons emitted per second is directly proportional to intensity of radiation. And the maximum kinetic energy of the ejected electrons is independent of what? This is also very important, beta. The maximum kinetic energy of the ejected electrons is independent of intensity of radiation, but depends upon what? Frequency of incident radiation. इस point को आप लोग अच्छी तरह से पढ़ना. Next one is radiation pressure. Very important formula. Radiation pressure का general formula देखो बेटा. Pressure is equals to I divided by C into 1 plus R. I is nothing but intensity of radiation. C is the speed of light, and R is the reflective of the surface. For 100% reflection, R की value 1 हो जाएगी. So for 100% absorption, R की value 0 हो जाएगी. Sure. Next one, de Broglie's hypothesis. It says that when a wave is associated with moving material, the wavelength associated with the moving particle is lambda is equals to h by mv, where m is mass of the particle moving with v speed and h is the Planck's constant. This wave is called as what? De Broglie wave. You already know that one. Matter wave cannot be electromagnetic in nature because electromagnetic waves are produced by motion of what? Charged particles like electric and magnetic field. This is very important, beta. Matter waves cannot be or electromagnetic in nature because electromagnetic waves are being produced by motion of both electric and as well as of your magnetic field. That Heisenberg's जरूरत नहीं है अपने को, don't bother about that one. Then key point देखो बेटा इसमें Einstein's photoelectric effect में maximum kinetic energy is equals to energy minus of your work function. Work function and the threshold frequency or threshold wavelength are written by the formula phi naught is equal to h into nu naught or hc by lambda naught. And energy of the photon is h into nu or that is equals to hc divided by lambda. Yeah. Last point. Momentum of the photon p is equals to e by c or it is h by lambda. Very important. De Broglie wavelength of the particle is lambda is equals to h by mv. And de Broglie wavelength of the particle in terms of energy E is equals to lambda is equals to your h divided by under root of your 2m into kinetic energy. This is also written as of your h divided by under root of your 2 into your m. Kinetic energy can be written in terms of charge of the particle into potential. Stopping potential maybe. Okay. Then de Broglie associated with electron accelerated through the potential v volt is how much? Direct shortcut formula lambda is equals to your under root 150 divided by v angstroms. Here under root of 150 की value 12.27 root of your v angstroms. Clear? And de Broglie wavelength of the particle in terms of temperature. This is also very important. Lambda is equals to your h divided by under root of your m into q. Because energy of the molecule will be equal to how much will be? H is equals to your F by 2 into your K into your T for the molecules. K is your Boltzmann's constant. Clear, beta? Sure. Next one, atoms. एटम्स कोई छोटा टॉपिक है बेटा, एक्सरेस तो एक बात नहीं है अपने को, सो डोंट बॉदर अबाउट योर एक्सरेस के अंदर फास्ट फास्ट देख लीजिए एक बार एक्सरेस में क्या होता है. फर्स्ट वन इज बोर्ड्स मॉडल. अब थियरी वगैरह नहीं कर रहा मैं डायरेक्टली. बोर्ड मॉडल का देखो फॉर्मूला क्या लगता है बेटा. द टोटल एनर्जी मस्ट बी इक्वल, फोर्स मस्ट बी इक्वल अकॉर्डिंग टू बोथ फर्स्ट पोस्टुलेट. बेटा फर्स्ट पोस्टुलेट क्या बोल रहा है? एवरी एटम कंसिस्ट ऑफ ए सेंट्रल कोर कॉल्ड एज न्यूक्लियस इन व्हिच द एंटायर मास एंड पॉजिटिव चार्ज ऑफ एटम इज concentrated. An electron revolves around the nucleus in circular orbit, so centripetal force required by the circular motion of the electron is provided by the electrostatic force of attraction. So electrostatic force will be equal to centripetal force. एक formula याद रखना. Then both second postulate में angular momentum is equal to n into h divided by 2 pi. Then both third postulate के अंदर the value will be equal to how much beta? Energy. Whenever an electron is being jumping from one orbit to another orbit, it absorbs the energy, or it will liberates the energy. The difference in energy delta E will be equal to h nu or it is hc divided by lambda. Next one is about Bohr's radius. The first orbit of the hydrogen atom is called as Bohr's radius, that is given by A naught or R naught. Ground state, the lowest energy state, the lowest state of atom is called as ground state, in which the electrons revolve in the orbit is the smallest radius. Okay, ionization energy. This is very important, beta. The minimum energy required for the free electron from a ground state of an atom is called as of your ionization energy. And stationary orbits are not equally spaced beta. So the ratio of the radii of the first three stationary orbit is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. It is in the ratio of 1 is to 4 is to 9. So in a hydrogen like atom, if I'm talking about, radius of nth orbit is given by the formula. Radius of the nth orbit is given by the formula. Rn is equals to your R naught n square divided by Z. R naught or A naught value is 0.529 angstrom. And orbital velocity Vn is equals to V naught Z by L, and V naught value is 219 10 power 6 meter per second. Energy of nth orbit En is equals to E naught into Z square by L square, and E naught value is 13.6 electron volt. For central forces like an atom, total energy is minus of kinetic energy, and that is equals to half of your potential energy. I hope you remember this formula. Now this is very important. What is this formula? Wavelength corresponding to the spectral lines is given by the formula 1 by lambda is equals to R into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. R is Rydberg's constant. Value of that one is 1.097 into 10 power 7 meter per inverse. Now next one, very important. The total number of possible transitions between any two states is given by the formula n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Where n is nothing but what beta? Difference between two state members. Clear? Now, the lines of the hydrogen are said to be ground in series according to the level at which the upward starts and downward jump ends. Okay, like just मान के चलो, when electron is jumping from your higher orbit state n to the ground state n is equals to 1, the series is called as what for me beta? Spectral lines, which are being emitted by what? Lyman series. Which are being emitted by what? Lyman series. When electron jumps from higher energy state n is equals to state 2, the series of the spectral lines is called as what? Palma series, and it lies in which region? Visible region. The same way, when an electron is jumping from higher state n to the state 3, the series of the spectral line is called as Paschen series, and all of these lie in the near infrared region. And when electron jumps from higher energy state n to the state 4, the series is called what? Bracket series, and all of them will lie in the infrared region. The same way, when electron is jumping from higher energy state n to the state 5, that series is called as what for me? Fun series, and all of them will lie in the infrared region. Isn't it? So with effect of nucleus, ये थोड़ा important है. Radius, ये देखो, with the effect of motion of nucleus अगर consider कर रहे हैं, then radius of the orbit will be Rn is equals to your 0.529 angstrom n square divided by z em divided by mu, where mu is known as reduced mass का फॉर्मूला कैपिटल M small m divided by capital M plus small m. ये 90% नहीं आता, but still अगर आपको याद रखना है तो याद रखिए, otherwise you can leave this one बेटा. Agar motion of nucleus has been considered, energy of the orbit will be En is equals to minus 13.6 electron volt z square divided by n square mu into your m. So you can leave this one. You can leave this. That is not required. ठीक है ना, एक्सप्रेस वगैरह भी जरूरत नहीं है. तो ये बस फॉर्मूले याद रख लीजिए. एक तो 1 by lambda is equals to r into 1 by n1 square 1 by n plus square. Number of possible transitions between any two states n into n plus 1 divided by 2a wala, and first postulate, second postulate, and energy का formula, and radius of nth orbit, orbital velocity, energy of your nth orbit. अभी magnetic energy है, electrical energy है, kinetic energy है, वो पूरा नहीं हो सकता. Then you try to write down, remember, for the central forces like added, total energy is minus of kinetic energy, that is equals to potential energy divided by 2. Clear? मैंने आप लोगों को जो क्लास नोट्स में पढ़ाई थी, वो क्लास नोट्स एक बार निकाल के आप लोग देख लीजिए, उसमें और थोड़ा डिटेल है, उसको आप एक बार फास्टली रिवाइजन कर लीजिए. ठीक है ना बेटा? सेकंड सेट के क्वेश्चंस देख लीजिए बेटा फास्टली. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. Anyone? Question number 3. The total energy of the particle executing the SHM of the period 2 pi seconds is 10.24 into 10 power minus 3 joules. The displacement of the particle at pi by 4 seconds is 0.08 root 2 meter. The mass of the particle will be equal to your how much? Very good question. कोई करें? 0.8 kg आया करते. Very good बेटा. It's 0.8 kg. आपके पास आप लोग करना चाहिए था बेटा. इक्वेशन क्या लोगे बेटा? Y is equals to your A into your sine of your omega into t, isn't it? So it is equals to your A into sine omega की वैल्यू क्या लिख सकता हूँ मैं? 2 pi by capital T into your small t. Y की वैल्यू कितनी दे रखा है? The displacement of the particle is Y is equals to 0.08 into root 2. That is equals to your A into your, this one is sine of your 2 pi divided by capital T. Time period is given as of your 2 pi. So this is also your 2 pi into time t. कितना टाइम देगा? The particle of the particle at pi by 4 seconds. T is given as of your pi by 4 seconds. That इसमें से एम्पलीट्यूड निकाल लो, कितना आ रहा है देखो. A2 pi will get cancelled right now. So it is 0.08 root 2 is equals to, this is your A into your sine of your pi by 4. Done. तो A की वैल्यू कितनी आ जाएगी बेटा? 180 divided by 4, 45. 1 by root 2. Root 2 हो जाएगा 2. So it will be 0.8. Amplitude will be equal to 0.08 into sine pi by 4 कितना होता है? 1 by root 2 बेटा. ये root 2 इधर चले जाएगा तो root 2 into root 2, this will become for me 2. So it is 8 to the 16. That means 0.16 meter. This will be the amplitude, isn't it? Mass निकालना है अपने को. He has given me the total energy. Total energy का फॉर्मूला याद है? Total energy is equals to half into m into omega square into your a square. So that is equals to your half into mass अपने को निकालना है. Omega is equals to 2 pi by capital T whole square into your a square. And total energy is already given for me in the problem. Total energy is given how much for me? This one. This is your 10.24 into 10 power of minus 3. that is equals to half mass अपने को निकालना है, that is a 2 pi divided by capital D. Time period is given right now for me 2 pi, this one is right now whole square into amplitude is 0.16 whole square. So this 2 pi will get cancelled, calculate the mass. इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर लीजिए, that will give me the mass. कितना है बेटा आपको 0.8 kg. Very good. I hope we can do this calculation. Sure. Question number 6, very good question. But at what point of the line joining the two masses of 500 kg and 2000 kg? यानी मेरे पास एक 500 kg है, and another one is right now for me 2000 kg. So these are joined by this line, something like this. So this one is right now for me 500 kg, and this one is right now for me 2000 kg. At what point on the line joining between them? And somewhere in between them, somewhere here, where the resultant gravitational intensity is 0. If the separation is 2 meters, that means the total distance between these two, bodies is given for me how much? For me 2 meters. So if this is x, this value will be equal to 2 minus of your x, isn't it? So it's asking that gravitational field intensity is becoming for me 0. So what is the field formula, beta? So field formula is F is equals to your capital G into your M divided by your R square. So for the net field, it is 0, means F1 because of the first one must be equal to F2 because of the second one. It is capital G into mass of the first one is 500 divided by x square is equals to this one is G into this one is 2000 divided by this is 2 minus of your x whole square. ये 2 ये G चले जाएगा, यहाँ से ये 2 5 और ये 2 0 चले जाएंगे. So it is 5 divided by your x square is equals to this is 20 divided by 2 minus of your x whole square. Is it? So it is 5 ones are 5 fours are 20. So I can write right now for me 4 into x square is equals to 2 minus of your x whole square. इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर तो कितना बन जाएगा 2 minus of x is equals to 2 into your x. इसको रूट है ना बेटा, इसको भी 2 स्क्वायर कर दो, स्क्वायर चले जाएगा. So x value will be equal to how much for me बेटा, माइनस इधर चले जाएगा. So this value will be equal to 2 is equals to 3x. So x value will be equal to 3 by 2. From where? From your 500 kg. So 2 by 3 from your 500 kg. Fourth option. कितने जने करेंगे क्वेश्चन? Next one. An electromagnetic wave is propagating in a medium with relative magnetic permeability 50, relative dielectric constant 2. The wave impedance of such medium is very important formula. Wave impedance देगा by the formula Z is equals to under root of your mu r divided by epsilon. Permeability divided by permittivity multiplied by your mu naught divided by epsilon. Okay, relative magnetic permeability is 50. Okay, relative, and dielectric constant is right now for me 2. That means this value will be equal to under root of your 50 divided by 2. Okay, 50 divided by 2 value is how much? Okay. So simplify kar lo, that will give me the answer. Okay. Question number 9. Anyone? Question number 9. In a Fraunhofer diffraction pattern, slit is illuminated by light of wavelength. Wavelength is given. Lambda is equals to 4200 angstrom. Fraunhofer's diffraction pattern. If the slit is illuminated by another monochromatic light of light source, angular width is increased by 40%. Angular width का formula क्या होता है बेटा? Angular width is W is equals to 2 times of theta. That is equals to 2 theta value is lambda divided by d. This is your angular width का formula. W is equals to 2 lambda into 2 lambda divided by d. Okay. Now, what is the relation between angular width is increased by 40% in wavelength? So angular width is directly proportional. So if I'm writing lambda, lambda is equals to your angular width into d divided by d. So can I write here lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 is equals to W1 divided by W2. On the problem telling that the angular width is increased by 40%. And 100 plus of your 40, 100 plus of your 40, that will be equal to 140%. So 140% means that will be equal to how much? 1.4. Clear? So I can calculate the value of lambda 2. So lambda 2 will be equal to lambda 1 into W2 divided by W1. Divided, and W2 is increased by 40%, so it is 1.4 times of W1. So that is lambda 1 is 4200, lambda 2 is 1.4 times of W1 divided by W1. W1 gets cancelled. So it is 4,200 multiplied by 1.4. See, whatever the answer you get, that will be the answer. Clear, madam? Chalo. Question number 12. कोई करेगा? The average depth of Indian Ocean is about, a purely NCRT question है बेटा, is about 4 kilometer. The fractional compression delta V by V of the water at the bottom of the ocean is, bulk modulus of the water is given as 2.28 × 10⁹ Newton per meter square, and G value is given for me as 10 meter per second. Isn't it? 10 meter per second G की value. So what is the formula you can use? Bulk modulus का formula याद है? Bulk modulus is equals to pressure divided by minus of change in volume divided by original volume. Minus and indicates it is your compression. Clear? So if he's asking right now for me, delta V divided by your V, the fractional compression. So delta V divided by V will be equal to how much better? Pressure divided by bulk modulus. Pressure is equal to how much? H rho into G divided by bulk modulus. Isn't it? So depth of the ocean water is given for me how much? 4 kilometers. So be a little bit careful about that one better. 4 kilometers मतलब कितना हो जाएगा? 4 into 10 to the power of 3. And density of water कितना लोगे बेटा? SI system rate, it is 10 power of your 3, and into G value is nothing but equal to your 10 divided by bulk modulus. Bulk modulus is 2.2 into 10 power of your 9. Okay, so density of water in SI system is 10 power 3 beta. Okay, height is given for me 4 kilometers. Okay, 11th पर ये आ रहा, ठीक है, 11th one is same A. Then इसको देख लो, कैलकुलेशन कर लो, that will give me the answer. ठीक है ना? और जो भी आंसर आ गया, you need to multiply it with your 100, क्योंकि परसेंटेज में पूछा है, तो multiply it with your 100, that will give me the answer. ठीक है ना? So into 100 करो, that will give me the answer. Formula clear है सभी को? Average depth of the ocean is given for B. Is asking the fractional compression when bulk modulus is given. Bulk modulus का formula V is equals to your pressure divided by delta V divided by V. So delta V by V is equals to pressure divided by bulk modulus. And pressure is not given. So in the place of pressure, I can take H rho into G. Height there is 4 kilometers. And density of water in SI system is 10 power 3. G value is given for me 10. Divided by bulk modulus. Percentage में पूछ रहा है, answers are, options are in percentage, multiplied with your 100. That will give me the answer. I'm leaving the calculation for you. Question number 14. I hope everyone might have been done this one. अब ये वाला तो compulsory बोलना आंसर. एक बार बोलिए बेटा सभी लोग. The potential energy of the particle varies with the distance x from the fixed origin as U is equal to A into root x divided by x plus b, where A and b are constant. The dimension formula of A by b is equal to how much? कोई बोल सकता है आंसर? I told you that in SHM, whenever you are adding, that means b will be the equal to the dimension. जब ये add कर सकते हो when the dimensions are same. यानी b will be equal to x. Okay, and x is nothing but distance. That means dimension of the b is here. Okay, am I clear? Then what is the dimension of A? Dimension of A will be equal to your U into this one is your x plus of your B divided by root of your x. So U is nothing but what? Energy. What is the dimension of your energy, beta? ml square t power minus 2 into x plus B. X plus B ka dimension is nothing but equal to how much for me? L divided by root of your x. Root of your x matlab x square, x to the power of 1 by 2, yani L to the power of 1 by 2. So this value will become for me m into L square into L power minus of 1 by 2 into L into t power of minus 2. So this value will be equal to m into L cube, so power of minus 1 by 2. That means this value will become for me 5 by 2 t power minus 2. Now I was asking the ratio A by B. So now calculate A by B. A divided by B will be equal to how much? M L power 5 by 2 and t power minus 2 divided by B. B value is how much for me? L. Okay, calculation minor रखता है. This will go up right now. This one is em into el. This is 5 by 2 minus 1 into t power minus 2. So this will be equal to L power of your 3 by 2 t power of minus 2. This will be the answer. So what is the option? 3 by 2 कहाँ पर है? 3 by 2 कहाँ पर है? Plus 3 by 2 ये है ना बेटा? Plus of your 3 by 2 C prime. ठीक है ना? 15th one का आंसर बताइए. A cyclic process is shown on the pressure versus temperature graph. Okay, like say from C to A, temperature is remaining constant. So isothermal C to B to C, pressure is remaining constant. Isobaric process A to B, pressure and temperature linearly increasing. So P by T graph will always gives me what beta. Can anyone tell me what is the answer for this one? I'm using the relation PV divided by T is equals to your constant. because pressure volume relation is asking. So I can write here right now A to B will be what? Isochoric process. Pressure versus temperature because volume is remaining constant. Then same B to C. B to C will be equal to isobaric process. Then C to A. C to A will be equal to isothermal. What is asking? Which of the curve shows the same process on pressure versus of your volume? Okay. First one देख लेते हैं pressure versus of your volume. A to B isochoric. P by V. PV is equals to constant. नहीं होता. Okay. Then temperature is remaining constant for C to A. C to A temperature is remaining constant. कौन सा ऑप्शन हो सकता है देखो बेटा. Isothermal मतलब क्या बेटा? Pressure PV is equals to constant. That means pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So graph where this one will be equal to rectangular hyperbola. ये वाला ही दिख रहा है बच्चों. P will be the answer. आया? B to C वैसे भी isobaric ही है and A जो कि isochoric ही है. ठीक है ना? Sure. Very good. Question number 16. Two resistors are connected in the two gaps of the meter bridge. The balance point is 20 centimeter from the zero end. The resistance of 15 ohm is connected in series with the smaller of the two. The null point shifts to 40 centimeter. The value of smaller resistance is how much? चलो बताइए जल्दी से. ये होगा अपना मीटर वायर एंड यहाँ पर कहीं पर अपने को ऐसा कनेक्टेड होगा. Okay. So this is your left gap and this one is your right gap. Okay. Two resistors are connected in the two gaps of the meter bridge. Two resistors have been connected. The balance point here पर galvanometer होगा and this is your balance point. Balance point is 20 centimeter from the zero end. A resistance of 12 ohm is connected in series with the smaller of the two. Two resistors are connected in two gaps. Okay, यहाँ पर एक resistance है, मान के चलो R1 और यहाँ पर एक resistance है, मान के चलो R. And the resistance of 15 ohm is connected in series with the smaller of the two. The null point shifts by 40 centimeter. थोड़ी देर के बाद 40 centimeter. The value of the smaller resistance will be equal to how much? Okay. So before connecting, if I take this one as of your P and this one as of your Q. So you know the relation P by Q is equals to your L divided by 100 minus L. So one is right now for me how much beta? P, I don't know the resistance. Another one is Q. That is equals to L is right now 20 divided by 100 minus 20. This will be equal to 80. So this 2 will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 fours are. That means 1 by 4. Isn't it? So P by Q will be equal to 1 by 4. The next one is telling right now for B. That means P is 1 right now. Q value is 1. So P is smaller one now. So I'll take this one as of your P and this one is right now for me or Q. Isn't it? With this one, we are connecting one resistance in series. 15 ohm resistance is connected in series with the smaller one. So smaller one के साथ connected in series 15 ohms. Okay. So if it is connected in series, then it will become for me how much better? P plus 15 divided by Q. जो boiling point कितना है 40 divided by 100 minus of 40, that will be equal to 60. This one will get cancelled. This one is 2 by 3. Isn't it? So I got this one as equation number 2. I got this one as equation number 1. So dividing 1 by your 2. That is a P by Q divided by P plus 15 divided by Q is equals to 1 by 4 divided by 2 by 3. So this will be P divided by P plus of 15. This Q cancel. This will be equal to 3 by 8. So now cross multiply. This is 8P is equals to, this is a 3P plus of your 45. 15 3 is a 45. So all the P terms you take on one side, 8P minus 3P. This will be 5P. 5P is equals to 45. So P value will be equal to how much? 45 divided by 5. 5 ones are 5 nines are. So this will be equal to 9 ohms. So the value of smaller resistance is 9 ohms. Good question, beta. Compulsory karo isko, try karo. Good question. Marks lose करने के chances बहुत है यहाँ पर बेटा. ठीक है ना? 17th one. In CGS unit, the density of the liquid is 0.625 gram per centimeter. The magnitude of the density in MKS system will be equal. Question paper आप literally आपको मालूम ही होगा बेटा कि this all questions are already done by you. But वो टाइम पे आप उसको करना याद रखना, that is important. So make sure that practice will only give you confidence. Don't try to do the new and new questions every time. Got it बेटा? जो क्वेश्चंस कर रहे हैं उसको रिपीटेडली करो और स्पीड बढ़ाने की कोशिश करो। लास्ट मोमेंट में, लास्ट 3-4 दिन में जो अभी मैं गन शॉट की प्रॉब्लम्स करा रहा हूँ ना, उसको आप 2-3 बार करते रहो। अरे यूनिट्स एंड डायमेंशन में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ रहा था, करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे थे, ये फॉर्मूला लग रहा था, ये ऐसा करना है, ऐसा करना है, उसको 2-3 बार 3-4 बार करो तो आपको क्लैरिटी आती रहती। तो व्हेनेवर यू टेक द पेपर यू विल गेट एन आइडिया टू डू द पेपर वेरी इजी। ठीक है ना? अब 17th क्वेश्चन देखो, आप लोग ने नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स क्या होगा। The CGS system, the density of the liquid is 0.625 gram per system. The magnitude of the density in MK system पूछ रहा है। CGS system में दे रखा है, SI system में पूछ रहा है। What is the formula you can be using? बेटा फॉर्मूला याद है आप लोगों को? N1 U1 is equals to N2 U2। मैं आपको सिर्फ हिंट दे रहा हूँ बेटा, आप लोग ट्राई कर लो इसको राइट नंबर। तो N2 की वैल्यू पूछ रहा है अपने को, N2 is equals to your N1 into your U1 divided by U। U1 और U2 are nothing but units. N1 is nothing but numerical value। N1 की वैल्यू कितनी दे रखा है? 0.625। It is given in grams. And this is density. Density का dimension लिखो. Density is equals to mass by volume. So it is M. This is your L cube. That means it is M into L power minus 3. तो दोनों यूनिट्स में लिख रहा हूँ, तो M1 divided by M2 और एक आ जाएगा राइट नाउ L1 divided by L2 to the power of minus 3। ठीक है ना? M1 की वैल्यू कितनी है ग्राम्स में? सो दिस वैल्यू विल बी इक्वल टू 0.625 इनटू M1 की वैल्यू ग्राम में है, M2 की वैल्यू केजी में है, into this value will be equal to L1 is right now for me in meter, there is nothing but equal to your L1, and the X1 is right now for me of centimeters, and this one is okay or whole clear madam? L1 divided by your L2। अब इसको simplify कर लो, that will give me the answer for everything I should get in the MK system। तो grams को आप क्या करो right now, convert कर लो in the SI system। clear? इसका आप calculation कर लो, I am not doing the calculation, so please try to do the calculation on your own। I hope you can do this question। Question number 20 देखो बेटा, the value of surface tension of the water in SI system is 7.2 into 10 power minus 3। The value of surface tension in CGS system, same formula again right now, N1 U1 is equals to N2 U2। कर लोगे ना? सरफेस टेंशन का डायमेंशन फॉर्मूला क्या होता है बेटा? सरफेस टेंशन इज इक्वल्स टू फोर्स पर योर यूनिट लेंथ। फोर्स डायमेंशन इज ml t power minus 2 divided by L। LL gets cancelled, so it is m into t power minus 2 is the dimension। I need to get the value of N2, so N2 value will be equal to right now for me N1 into this is M1 divided by your M2 into this one is right now for me your dimension of your time, that is nothing but equal to your N1 हो जाएगा, so this value will be equal to L2 M1, this value will be equal to T2 divided by T1 to the power of minus। ठीक है ना? तो सिंप्लीफाई कर लो, write the values, will get the answer। N1 value is given in the problem, this is the value of N1, N1 is equals to 7.2। I hope you can do that one बेटा। चलो करना बेटा, मैं पूरा करते नहीं बैठ सकता बेसिकली, so please try to do that one at any cost। clear? 21 देखो, in the given circuit the reading of the voltmeter is VL and VC are 300 volt each। The reading of the voltmeter VR and ammeter ER respectively how much? All of them are connected in parallel here right now, so potential of your L is equals to potential of your C, that is how much for me 300 volt, यानी रेजोनेंस में हो गया। that means potential of your impedance, that is V is equals to under root of your, ये फॉर्मूला याद है ना आपको, VR square plus of your VL minus of VC whole square, ये तो चले गया, तो V will be equal to how much for me VR, that will be equal to 220 volt। so current will be equal to how much for me beta, I is equals to V divided by Z। potential is how much for me 220, impedance will be equal to how much for me R, because Z value will be equal to R in the impedance resonance condition। ये वाला चला गया 22 divided by 10, how much it will be 2.2 ampere, so 220 and 2.2 will be the answer। clear? 22, if the resistance of the coil is made by joining in parallel two resistance each of 10 ohm, an EMF of 1 volt is applied between the two ends of the coil for 5 minutes, the heat produced in calorie, which is very important, in calorie will be equal to your how much for me, heat produced का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है बेटा, H is equals to your I square R into T, डिपेंड करता है आप किसमें लिख रहे हो, I is equals how much for me V square divided by R square into R into T in terms of your potential, so it is V square divided by R into T, this is the heat form। as the two resistors are in parallel combination, तो इसका R effective कितना बनेगा बेटा? R dash will be equal to your R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus of your R2. So that value will be equal to 10 into 10 divided by 10 plus of your 10. 10 into 10 is right now for me 1000 divided by 20, that is equals to 500, sorry, divided by your 5 ohms, okay, isn't it? So heat produced in 5 minutes will be equal to your how much for me? So this value will be equal to your how much? So H is equals to V square. V square की value कितनी है बेटा? Potential is given me 1 square divided by R dash. ये R dash हो जाएगा. R dash is equals to your 5 into time taken is how much for me बेटा? 5 minutes. So seconds में convert कर लो into 60. This will come in terms of joule. So this value will be equal to if I चले गया, so this will be equal to 60 joules. And you know that 1 calorie is equals to 4.2 joules. So 1 joule will be equal to how much? 60 divided by 4.2 calories. So that will be equal to 14.3 calories. B will be the answer. Clear? Check. 24. Anyone? Three photodiodes D1, D2, D3 are made up of semiconductors having the band gaps of 2.6, 1.9, 3.2. Which one of this is able to detect the light of wavelength 6000 angstroms? And energy निकालना है. Energy of incident light कैसे निकालोगे? E is equals to hc divided by lambda. E की वैल्यू कितनी होती है? 12400 divided by 6000. A2 चले जाएंगे. So it is 124 divided by 60. कितना आ रहा है? Electron volts में आता है. This will come out from 2.06 electron volt. So what will be the answer? D1 is 2.6. This is 2.06, 1.9, 3.2. 1 and 3 are not possible. 1.9. And D will be the answer. Clear? So B is your answer for. Question number 26. If one main scale division on the vernier caliper is x centimeter, and nth division of the vernier scale coincide with n minus 1 the division of the main scale. Okay. 1 MSD is equals to 1 main scale division is equals to x centimeters. I was telling that n vernier scale divisions is equals to n minus 1 into your main scale divisions, isn't it? That means 1 vernier scale division is equals to n minus 1 divided by n into MSD. MSD is right now for me how much beta? X. Clear? What is the least count formula? Least count is equals to 1 MSD minus 1 VSD. So simple calculation. 1 MSD is equals to how much for me beta? It is 1 minus 1 VSD is equals to your n minus 1 divided by your n. This is into MSD will be equal to common. So this value will become how much for me? 1 by n into your x centimeter, because 1 MSD is equals to x centimeter. Clear? Am I clear beta? So 1 by n into your x centimeters. See what is the answer for this one beta? And in the problem telling that 1 main scale division of the vernier scale is x centimeter. Nth division of the vernier scale is coinciding with n minus 1 the division. The least count of the vernier caliper in mm will be equal to your how much? Clear? ये centimeters में है. Convert that one into mm. And this value will become for me 10 into x divided by n mm. Okay, so that value will be C. Direct question. ठीक है? 27. The resonance frequency of LCR circuit, AC circuit is F naught. Now the capacitance is made 4 times. Then the new resonant frequency will become for me how much? Anyone better? Resonant frequency को formula क्या होता है बेटा? F naught is equals to 1 by 2 pi into 1 by under root of your L into C. That means resonant frequency is inversely proportional to root of your C. Isn't it? So I can write here F naught dash divided by F naught is equals to under root of C divided by under root of 4C, because inversely proportional. So root c तो चले जाएगा. So this value will be equal to 1 by 2. So f naught dash will be equal to f naught divided by, this will be the answer. Very good question. Clear? 28, anyone? This one is which gate, beta? OR gate. This one is also OR gate. This one is your AND gate. And this one is your NOT gate. Isn't it? So what is the value of your A? So y value will be equal to your how much value? I hope you can do this one, beta. मैं एक बार लिख दूँ इसको. So y value will be equal to A into B है, तो यहाँ पर कितना आ जाएगा? A plus of your B आ जाएगा. तो ये B है, तो यहाँ पर B बार आ जाएगा. This is your A. यानी यहाँ पर इसका इनपुट हो जाएगा B बार plus of your A हो जाएगा. तो y की वैल्यू हो गई यहाँ पर A plus of your B, and this one is dot and B bar plus of your A. तब इसको मल्टीप्लाई कर लेना है बस. So it is your A dot of your B bar plus A dot of your A plus of your B dot B bar plus of your B into A. And you already know that A bar dot A bar is always equal to A, and B bar dot B bar will be equal to 0. That means this value will be equal to A dot B bar plus A bar dot A bar is right now for me equal to A plus B dot B bar will be equal to 0 plus B into A or A into B. Anything is fine for me. So for this one I can write here right now A common for everywhere, and this will be equal to 1 plus B bar. So that will be equal to your A. 1 added to anything will always be equal to 1. That is the reason I'm writing it as a pure 1. Clear? Check. Question number 29. Very good model. 3 moles of, that means N is given for me how much? 3. 3 moles of an ideal gas is heated at constant pressure. That means the pressure is equals to your constant. And so that its temperature increases from 27 to 127. Any change in temperature delta T is equals to 27 to your 177. Work done will be equal to your how much work? Isn't it? So delta T will be equal to 177 minus of your 27. Clear? So work done will be equal to how much for me? Pressure into change in volume. Or that value I can write as of your NR into your delta T. Number of moles is how much for me? Number of moles is 3. R value is equals to 8.3 into temperature. Temperature is 177 minus of 27. That will give me the answer. I hope you can do the calculation. Check. Question number 32. अभी आप लोगों को कंपल्सरी बताना है. Can anyone tell me what is the answer for this one? Lines of the Lyman series are emitted by the hydrogen atom and electron jumps from higher orbit to third orbit. Is it true, beta? Anyone? Lyman series के लिए फर्स्ट के लिए आना चाहिए, तो blindly first one wrong हो गया statement. Statement number 2. In the hydrogen atom spectrum, the Lyman series lies in the ultraviolet region. Exactly correct. Am I clear? Sure. So what is the answer I can write? D. Statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. 33. We'll come back with the 33. 34 देखो बेटा एक बार कोई कर सकता है क्या? Two batteries of EMF 3 volt, 6 volt with internal resistance 2 ohm and 4 ohm are connected in the circuit with a resistance of 10 ohms as shown in figure. The current and potential difference between the points P and Q. Very good question, beta. Can anyone give me the answer? I'll be waiting for this one. Apply the Kirchhoff voltage law. That is Kirchhoff's second law. Positive is connected to positive. The current and potential difference will be equal to how much for this one? Anyone? Apply KVL, beta. This is 3 volt, this is 6 volt. So the current from the 6 volt will be dominant like this. Okay. So if I'm applying the Kirchhoff loop right now for this one, so there is a flow of current right now from Q. If I'm coming from your Q to P, P to, like say for example, PQ, this is R, this is S. I'm coming from your like this. There is a flow of current. So it is right now from this one, there is a current I here also. This is a current I, this is a current I, this is a current I, this is also current I. Same direction, negative 34. So I'm taking Q, P, S, R, and Q. Okay. So from Q, I'm coming right now. It is minus 4 into your I plus the next one will be 6 minus 3 minus 2 into I minus 10 into your I, because here there is a 10 ohms. That must be equal to how much, beta? 0. Isn't it? So plus 6 minus 3 and 2I, 4I, 2I, 10I. This value will be equal to minus of your 16I. This value will be equal to -3. This one will get cancelled. So I is equal to how much? 3 divided by 16 amperes. So 3 divided by 16 amperes are in the three options. Either neighbor, one into. I need to calculate the potential also at any cost. Potential difference across PR. Potential difference across your P2 Q. कितना होगा बेटा? V is equals to your I into R. P will be equal to, यहाँ पर भी P होगा, यहाँ पर भी P होगा. P will be equal to S and Q will be equal to your R. So current is 3 by 16 into resistance is equals to 10. Okay. So this value will be equal to your 15 divided by 8. B. Done. 35. The de Broglie wavelength associated with an electron accelerated through a potential difference of the 400 volt will be equal to how much? I hope everyone can do this one, beta. Potential कितना दे रखा है आपको? 400 volt, isn't it? So kinetic energy half into m into v square will be equal to E into stopping potential. Stopping potential की वैल्यू कितनी दे रखा है? 400 volt. So velocity will be equal to how much? Accelerated the de Broglie wavelength associated with the electron which is been accelerated by this one. So de Broglie wavelength मतलब lambda is equals to h divided by m into v, isn't it? Or that is equals to h divided by m into your, this will be velocity. यहाँ से velocity निकाल सकता हूँ. ये कितना आ रहा है देखो, v square is equals to 400 into charge of electron divided by this value will be equal to, यहाँ पर 2 आ जाएगा and यहाँ पर हो गया m. तो v square मतलब कितना हो जाएगा 400. So this value v is equals to under root of your, this is 400 into 2e divided by m. V value will be equal to under root of your 400 into 2 times of the charge of electron divided by mass of electron. So this value is equals to h divided by m को अंदर ले लीजिए स्क्वायर करके, तो ये स्क्वायर करे जाएगा तो ये m चले जाएगा. So it is your under root of your 400 into 2 into e into m. ठीक है ना? You know the charge of electron, you know the mass of the electron. Calculate कर लो, you get the answer. E की value 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 and mass will be equal to 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31. With values that will give me the de Broglie waves. Done. 36. I hope everyone can do this 36 question, beta. Two coherent sources of intensity ratio beta interfere. Then the value of I max minus I minimum divided by I max plus I minimum. Do it on your own, beta. Good question. Next one. 37th one. If a proton and antiproton comes close to each other and annihilate, how much of energy will be released? Now see, energy release formula will be equal to how much for me, beta? कितनी energy निकल रही है? पहले energy निकालो. Mass of the proton must be equal to mass of your antiproton. Energy equivalent कितनी है for me? 1 AMF. सही ना? If a proton and antiproton comes close to each other. हाँ बेटा मैं शेयर कर दूंगा. आज शेयर कर दूंगा. If a proton and antiproton which have been there, they are coming to each other. अगर ये annihilate हो रहे हैं बेटा, तो याद रखो mass of the proton must be equal to mass of your antiproton जब भी annihilate होंगे. So that will be equal to how much for me? 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. यानी this is equal to how much for me? 1 AMU. So energy equivalent 1 AM में कितना होता है बेटा? Energy will be equal to 931 MeV. Isn't it? So energy equivalent to 2 MeV कितना हो जाएगा? If a proton and antiproton come close to each other, अगर एक के लिए इतना है तो दो के लिए कितना हो जाएगा? For 2 AMU, energy will be 2 into 931 MeV. Because they both of them annihilating है ना, दोनों combined हो गए तो masses 2 times हो जाएगा ना. So this value will be equal to how much for me? 1862 into 10 power 6 into 1 mega electron volt. 1.6 into 10 power ये हो गया minus 19 mega is 10 power 6 लिख लिया ना, so this is 10 power minus 19. 2 into 931 is 18. इसको देख लो and you'll get the answer in terms of joules. ठीक है ना? And question number 40 also I hope you can do. एक बार try कर लीजिए, नहीं हो रहा तो please let me know. Question number 42 is also direct question. Young's double slit experiment का फॉर्मूला याद है? In the Young's double slit experiment with a sodium vapor lamp of wavelength 589 nanometer, split width is 0.89 mm. Then the half angular width of the central maxima will be equal to how much? And sin theta. Sin theta is equals to lambda divided by d. And a theta value will be equal to sin inverse of your lambda divided by d. The values also simplify करके we'll get the answer for this. ठीक है ना? Question number 43 देखो. Sir, I can't hear your voice. आप म्यूट हो गए क्या? देख लो बेटा एक बार. मेरे पास तो वॉइस जा रही है बस. Question number 43 देखो बेटा. Good question. Very important model. A nucleus with mass number 240 breaks into two fragments of masses 110 and 130 having the binding energy per nucleon 7.8, 8.0. The binding energy per nucleon of the unfragmented nuclei is 7.5 mA. The energy released in the process will be equal to how much? I'll write the equation. X 240 is being disintegrating into Y with 110 plus of your some other aura, Z into 130. And energy will be equal to how much will be? Binding energy of your product minus binding energy of your reactant. ये फॉर्मूला है अपने. So binding energy का तो फॉर्मूला आप लोग को मालूम है. Binding energy per nucleon, that is at 7.8 into your 110 plus next one is 8 into your 130 minus reactant series 240 into 7.5, isn't it? अब इसको simplify कर लो, that will give me the answer. I am leaving the calculation for you. 44 भी आप लोग कर सकते हैं, एक बार ट्राई कर लीजिए. Go through the formula and try to do it. And 47 भी शायद मेरे ख्याल से आप लोग कर सकते हैं. 3 unequal resistors in parallel are equivalent to resistance of 1 ohm. If two of them are in the ratio 1:2 and no resistance value is fractional, the largest value of this one value will be equal to how much? एक बार ट्राई करो, अगर नहीं हो रहा तो please let me know. And 58th one is also direct question बेटा. Beats का है, शायद ये अपन को करने का नहीं है, so leave it out. So please go through this all questions once and let me know. And जो questions मैंने छोड़ा आप लोग एक बार करके उसके आंसर्स मुझे शेयर कर लीजिए. ठीक है ना? कल आफ्टरनून क्लास रहेंगे बेटा, मोस्ट प्रोबेबल. कल आफ्टरनून 2 to 3 there will be one class for the one grand test paper discussion. ठीक है? Sure. Take care.